I was a rail enthusiast since before I was born, I guess. So when I was about 6 years old, my father took me to visit the Rail Museum of Kolkata. I was a little surprised that railway was so important that it would have a museum for itself. Then, when I was 10, I visited Europe. When I was in Germany, we met up with a cousin of my mother in Erlangen, close to Nuremberg. When we were going to the Holocaust Museum, my cousin said that I shouldn't go there, for it may be too dark for a boy of that age. So therefore, my aunt and I visited the Nuremberg Transport Museum, where I saw a great number of German trains. The rustic videos that I took there are still in my storage, and I later found out I had seen many important and rare locomotives too. Then I visited two more museums. First was the Rail Museum of Ghum, and the other was the National Railway Museum of Delhi. But it was in 2021 that my railway research fully developed, to the point when I could distinguish an engine, diesel or electric, just by listening to the horns. And that was when I visited the museums of Delhi and Kolkata again, and made documentaries on the locomotives. Then I developed a new strategy, that was to send my representatives, friends or family, to museums that I cannot go just yet. And it worked well too. I received pictures from the important rail museums of India through my friends Sunandini and Aninda, and the images of Mysore Rail Museum was sent to me by the Rails Around the World community. So as you can see, I researched the topic quite a bit. So today, I'm going to show you and analyze the Railway Museums of India that was visited by either me or my representatives. We will look at how important the locomotives are, how good the rolling stock collection is, and how well is the museum maintained. So let's get into it, shall we? Obviously, any railway museum nowadays is preserving steam engines. Thus, engines like the HGC, Lord Lawrence, WCM1, E-Class, F-Class, BK1 Class, YP Class, BNR Garrett, ONRRB Class, and others are very well preserved in all parts of the country. Of these, the Oudh and Rohilkhand Railway B Class was one of the earliest locomotives to arrive in India, and the F Class was the first to be built in India. A point worth mentioning is that some classes are repeated over museums of the country. These include the YG class, which is preserved in Kolkata and Chennai. Others, like the DHRB class in Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai and Ghum, the HPS class in Delhi and Kolkata, X class in Delhi, Chennai and Trichy are also preserved in more places than one. As for diesels, there are many antiques preserved in Delhi, such as the WDM-1, the first mainline diesel engine of India, YDM-2, ZDM-1, Sentinel, Henschel, Shunter and so on. These can be seen in Delhi. The ZDM class can also be seen in Trichy and Delhi and Chennai, while the WDS 4A and 4B classes can be seen in Kolkata and Chennai respectively. The EDM locomotive is also seen in Mysore. When it comes to electric, there are two most pioneering locomotives of India, Sir Roger Lumley and Sir Leslie Wilson, preserved in Delhi. Others include the YCG class and the WAG-1, named Vidhan, while engines like the VAM-1, WCM-5 are preserved in Kolkata, and the YAM class is preserved in Chennai. Before I go any further, I would discuss about rolling stocks. When we think of a train, we generally think of the locomotive, but the importance of rolling stock is often overlooked. So in Delhi, we see several interesting of them, like the Prince of Wales coach, the Nilgiri coach, the Mysore Royal coach, livestock wagons, and the ONRR hand cranes. Speaking of cranes, an ONRR large crane can be seen in Kolkata, as well as the Birmingham coach. A kit wagon can be seen in Chennai as well. A grand coach used by Rabindranath Tagore can be seen in Shantiniketan. In Kuch Bihar, there is a coach converted to a restaurant which highlights the glory of North Bengal. Now let us talk about some special railway assets. Most of them are from Delhi. These include the Patiala State Monorail, which was for a long time the only monorail in India and is the only steam-powered monorail in the country. The BNR Garrett is the largest locomotive of India, while the A885 is the smallest. The GIPR number 3 was a crane mounted on its cab. And the 1855 Ramgoti was one of the earliest steam locomotives of India, built in France. Rabindranath Tagore is no doubt the greatest poet of India. When he left Shantiniketan for the last time, he was presented with a huge lavish saloon, which is preserved at the Gitanjali Railway Museum of Shantiniketan. The coach is on display and is equipped with furniture, toilets, and beds. A railway museum is not always made of railway assets only. There are some who have special vintage road transports too. Some good examples are the steam-powered car of Mysore, the Fowler traction engines of Kolkata and Chennai, the Garrett road rollers of Kolkata and Gorakhpur, the Nizam State Railway fire engine in Delhi, and the Mysore State Railway fire engine in Trichy, and so on. A railway trolley is a trolley that runs on rails and is used for maintenance. Inspection trolleys of Chennai, Kuch Bihar, Ghum, and Trichy are very important, and the Austin track inspection car in Mysore is also a very good example of these. Speaking of track inspection, Chennai holds a magnificent four-wheeled inspection car, or to use the correct term, a tower. Mysore should get another special mention for this Austin rail motor. This track inspection car is actually an Austin car built in 1925 but was converted into a track inspection car. This is a unique scenario in Indian railway history, so it is a wonderful addition to the Rail Museum of Mysore. Now let's get into some local museums. In this regard, I would say the most important is Kolkata. Here we see the first metro, local train EMU, and the first tram of Eastern Railway. Chennai too shows the first train EMU of South India, and they both boast the WCM class locomotives. These DC current engines are not very successful, so they were not built in large numbers, thus making them rare and important. Ghum is very interesting and unique in the sense that the railway museum is a functional one. As in Delhi or Chennai, the objects are on static display. Ghum, on the other hand, has very few static displays, and the ones there are not original. But seeing that the steam and diesel engines of DH are coming and going, chuffing all the time, the museum gets a special place. True, the Patiala State Monorail also runs in Delhi, but Ghum is living history. When we think about mountain railways, there are four important mountain railways of India: the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, the Matheran Hill Railway, the Kalka Shimla Railway, and the Nilgiri Mountain Railway. Locomotives from the DHR can be seen in Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, and of course the working engines near Ghum. NMR X class 2 is seen in Delhi, Chennai, and Trichy. Matheran engines are also preserved in Delhi. Delhi's museum is very neat and clean one, with toy and joy trains running all the times. The Chennai and Mysore are filled with shady trees, and their maintenance is very good. Toy trains are also available here, and so in Trichy. Ghum, Shantiniketan and Gorakhpur are quite small in comparison, yet they are very orderly. But the less said about Kolkata the better, because it is a loving spot rather than heritage. Besides, objects are dirty, toy trains not running, closed down souvenir shops, and so on have made the great museum a laughing stock. But overall, in the great country that we live in, railway is very well preserved. Not everything in this country is as well preserved as these. Thus, it is our duty as citizens of India to protect and preserve these heritages and uphold the glory of Indian railways.